Hold on. Let me take a sip.
Hi. Welcome to the show. Hey, it's Friday.
It's fine. Everything's fine. The world just hates me, but it's fine.
Well, it is irony that when you untangle something to think that you're going to make it look a little bit neater and cleaner, that you're the one destroying it.
It had like a kink in it, and I was like, that's not normal. Let me unkink it. That seems bad for the cord. And then when I untangled it, the cord stopped working.
So, yes, gotta love it. We're here on a Friday, technical difficulties. We're making it work. We're rolling with whatever it is that we've got. 3-day work week for some people for next week. So,
oh yeah, Juneteenth. That's exciting.
Yep, exactly.
Long weekend for everybody. It's a big weekend between Juneteenth and Father's Day.
Yep, and then last day of school for my kids today. So it's like a lot. It's rapid fire
That's
a lot.
exciting.
Yep. And we're losing 2 Kazakhs.
Already? They lasted what, a week?
2.
Is it that they don't like Stephanie's or they don't like America?
There's one that doesn't like anything.
Okay.
And she's taking the other one along only to lessen her Uber costs. She's very bossy and she's not very nice.
Are they going home or are they going somewhere else?
No, they're going to another place and they're transferring stores and not even within the franchise or the company that I work with. So.
Oh, okay.
I'm like,
do they give you feedback? Like, here's why it's not working.
Yeah. So it's fine. It's nothing that we did or anything. It's just that, and I think it's making the other 2 very, very happy. So I think in the long run,
Okay.
I'm like, they still can hear me. So I'll be down here.
Are you getting 2 more or are they?
No.
Yeah.
No, not unless there are problems. I think the company has 70 of them this year. So the poor girl who's organizing the whole thing, Carrie, I've had on my show before, and she's so wonderful, but she's so overwhelmed. And
Yeah,
she's
I'm
like,
sure.
I just can't devote this much time to one problem. I have 70 problems.
Yeah.
I was like, yep, I get it.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, it's a huge weekend all around for everybody.
What are
Father's Day car show.
Yeah, what are the Father's Day plans?
So, well, today is the VIP Father's Day car show. Every single year, it's a sellout event. 300 just amazing vehicles descend upon the main street of Hyannis, and they shut it down, and they do this huge car show every single year, and it's sold out. It's pretty amazing. And they're all
You're
like
doing something there?
So Friday, I'm doing like the VIP kickoff party tonight.
Tonight?
Yep, tonight. As long as Cliff is my hands, because I'm trying to schedule a time for myself to go to the ER because I'm pretty sure that my wrist is broken.
Okay. It's been a week.
It's definitely been a week. So, bugs and.
I have the night off, so call me if you need help.
Okay, I appreciate you.
Anytime.
I need an extra hand.
Yeah. Like, I'm just the roadie. You know what? I've been my older brother's roadie and all of his music gear for years and years. Stairs. Like, do you know what it was like? I've been to Harpoon in Boston. They have all the way at the top floor, they have a tap room, but it's up like 4 flights of stairs. All of his shit. All 4 flights. Oh yeah. So anyway, I'm a experienced roadie. If you need one.
That's amazing. Thank you for offering your services, Tori. I appreciate you. All right, we're gonna get into what's roasting because there's a lot happening.
Sure, let's go.
Do it. So the baby was born. Which one? Which one of these babies with geriatric fathers was born? That's why.
Pacino's baby, birthed in existence. That was quick.
Well, they held that story for as long as humanly possible. They're like, this baby's going to happen any day, so we might as well just accept it, tell the public, take our ribbing. Man's 83 years old.
It's a boy.
I do like the name Roman.
Roman, I think it's so funny. Roman Pacino. Like,
what?
It just is like, I can just see it in like a headline or like in like a movie credit, like I can just see it's it's cute, of course, but it just feels a little extra to me. I don't know.
Or
like
court report.
Yeah.
This kid is destined for a life of crime. Why? He
Drug
doesn't have a
bust.
dad. He's
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels very extra. Roman, Pacino. Like, oh, are you sorry? Where are you from? I wasn't sure. Tell me again.
Right. Well,
Uh,
the bundle of joy joins the Godfather's older children. Julie, 33. Jan, that's who his ex-wife is with that one. Anton and Olivia with Beverly D'Angelo, who I still love. I think she's wonderful. And she's got to be laughing her ass off right now.
I'm sure. So the interesting thing here is like, I have an older sister who's 13 years older than I am, and our relationship dynamic has totally changed from when I was like a little to like what it is now. I can't imagine what it's like to grow up and be like, my older sister is 33 years older than me.
Yeah, they're not going to have a relationship probably, but
You,
they
yeah,
might lean on the siblings when dad goes. You know what I mean? So who knows? Somebody
yeah,
might come out of the woodworks to spend some time with the baby.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. I'm interested to see if this is the end of the story or if there's going to be like little things here and there. And I just totally predict like 30 years from now, there'll be some headline like Roman Pacino stars in Godfather 8. And then it's like,
right?
You know what I mean?
And you watch her look just like him.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. I thought this was interesting. Beyonce, she is doing her whole world tour.
Right.
She was been in Sweden. Well, she added a second date to Stockholm, and it affected the economy. It slowed down, which is crazy to me. Like spending increased, all the restaurants, all the hotels after she added a second date, and I guess it like the economists in Sweden have like come out and said like Beyonce's tour literally affected inflation.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Yep. But they just were, no one's ever seen that before. One human being affecting an entire country's bottom line. Like, that's insane.
And here we are in America, like Twitter also does the same thing. Elon Musk will crash the economy over a joke tweet. Remember when we drove GameStop stock up just because we were bored at home?
Right. Like everybody buy GameStop. We're bored.
A bunch of nerds behind their computers were like, we can do this. Let's save the company. And then suddenly the entire economy is about to crash.
That's hysterical. Well, no, it's just Beyonce over there. Also, Stockholm doesn't really get shows like that. So to have a major megastar show up and then be there for 2 days, everything, hotels, restaurants, everything. They're like, I got to see it.
Are you sure? Like, how often do stars do, like, how big do you have to do a world tour? Like, I think Harry Styles is doing one right now because I was looking at, I'm a freak. I was looking at, like, can I go see him in Dublin? And it's like, you know.
You're not the only one. I think my girlfriend Nina actually asked me, she's like, how far would you go for Harry? I was like,
I looked at London and I looked at Dublin because I was like, it's a 5.5 flight. Like, that's easy to just land in.
Do that.
And I know those cities, so I would have no problem being like me and a girlfriend going and just going to the show. As opposed to going in like Spain where it's like, or Italy where it's a different country.
Yeah, there's not a language barrier. Yeah.
But tickets were still really expensive, of course. And I couldn't justify going to a concert in a different country. But the question is like, how big of a star do you have to be before you're doing these world tours? And how often do American stars go and do shows in Sweden? I don't know.
It's a rarity. So that's why it was a game changer for the economy over there. It doesn't happen often.
Yeah. I wonder if you could, I wish somebody knew, like somebody educated could come and talk to me about like, this is how this works. Like, hey, this is how big you have to be.
No, it's not a matter of, it's why bother?
Well, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, like Taylor Swift probably has and will do a world tour, right? Ed Sheeran for sure. Harry Styles, Beyonce, like those are just the 4 off the top of my head that I think are the biggest and have like current world tours, but there's got to be more.
I don't know if that there's a facility that garners that amount of people. So I'll have to look it up.
Current world tours.
And I don't know if they always stop in Stockholm, though.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
You got to have a certain
like
draw to get people to leave their house.
Metallica is there on the 16th. Oh, that's tonight. Do you want to go?
No. Metallica is selling out stadiums 2 years prior to shows. I don't want to even wait. What if something happens? It's not like I'm not going to like James Hetfield. However, what if he gets hit by a bus? I'm not wasting that kind of money. It's expensive. Thousands of dollars and in future me for 2 years from now where I'm going to be and if I even want to see that show.
Def Leppard and the Motley Crue.
Not happening.
Slipknot.
That sounds awful.
The Muse in Bordeaux, France.
All right, I might be able to take that one on.
Black and Pink, but nobody's shocked at that. Coldplay. That makes sense to me.
I do like that they're doing an eco-friendly tour this year.
Who, Coldplay?
Yeah, they actually hired a environmental firm to mark what they're using for plastics. They're using LED lights. They actually have bikes on the side of their show that power the show. So they ask people to get on these bikes to power the show. Batteries and all kinds of other ways that they're changing their carbon footprint and emissions for all of their shows.
I'm such a cynic. Do you think maybe Coldplay was trying to use that as a marketing scheme to get people to come to their shows? Because I don't know. Never heard of that.
So I've never heard of it either. They did a year-long study as they've been on this tour because they wanted to just do better. And so they released the findings after a year. And I'm reading through this and I was like, we're all cynics. However, if we could do a little bit better about the slop we leave behind, we could.
For sure. And I totally am here for that. Like if we could do, especially with things that are like one and done events like concerts.
Right.
But they're so consistent. Like cans and trash and like all of it I totally get. I just wonder in general, like you would think that something like that, especially with especially because it's Coldplay, that it would get way more press and would affect the tour. And I don't feel like it, if I don't know about it, I kind of wonder, like, is it that big of a deal? Or did it do its job, I guess?
So that's what they're doing. They're doing carbon offsetting for their show. And they did a full statement that they announced that they've reduced it by 50% from show production, freight, band, crew, their travel. They really went on a limb here to make it entirely renewable energy. So, I mean, they're trying.
That's cool. I mean, like, you know what? It's a push forward, which I'm always going to, maybe pioneering to potentially set a new standard, I think is great.
Or just, all right, we're doing this. Can you do better than that? It's just being good stewards of our space.
Continuing
Don't
to
be a slob. Exactly.
Okay, so I guess we're not going to see Def Leppard.
No, I'm definitely not. Or Slipknot. Maybe the Muse in Bordeaux, though. That sounded okay.
Maroon 5 in the United Kingdom might be kind of fun.
I'd be okay with that.
Never seen a Maroon 5 concert.
So what's going on with the Kevin Costner drama? Because I think it's fun. The wife is squatting.
I have so many unpopular opinions to this.
I love it.
First of all, I think Kevin Costner is going through a midlife crisis.
Okay. A second one.
Late life crisis.
Yes.
Here's my thought.
Pacino, De Niro, Costner, they're all late in life crisis. Like, I'm still here. Let's fuck shit up.
Okay, but here's my thought about Kevin Costner, right? Like, he was a big deal. And then he kind of fell off the radar a little bit, meaning like he went from like A-list to like B-C list. And he like had his life, he had his kids, he had his wife, like he like humbled himself and he went and had a normal life. Then suddenly Yellowstone comes out and he's back to being an A-list celebrity. You're following me where I'm going with this?
No, I am. I'm listening, but I'm not agreeing. The reason why he didn't humble himself, he cheated on his wife, knocked somebody else up, got her pregnant with twins, and then was like, I got to be quiet about this now. I've caused too much drama. Yes.
Costner and Pacino had twins? Wow, everybody be having twins out here. Anyway.
Well, they say that happens later on in life. But it would have to do with the girl, so I don't know who they're knocking up. But anyway.
I just wonder if like this new re-rise to fame
has
like affected who he is. And now he's like back in this like, well, I'm Kevin Costner kind of a thing, and his wife is looking at him like, that's not the guy I married. Like, I married you when you were BC list. Like, who is this A-list ego? I'm not dealing with
Wasn't
it.
that our last episode though? How you got him is how you lose him. This is exactly how she got him. And this is 20 years later. So it's just interesting.
So now they're divorcing. She filed on May 1st. And they have a prenup, but they've been married for how long?
I'm not sure. I'm looking at the doesn't say how long they've been married.
20 years-ish?
15 maybe.
Okay. Like when you write a prenup and it's prior to getting married versus, of course, so much of it is relevant, but there's a lot of it that's not relevant 15 years later or not necessarily applicable or doesn't feel like it's enough. Like what you feel like might be enough going into the relationship doesn't necessarily feel like enough 15 years later, especially when you're now
18. Yep.
Especially now when your husband, you had multiple kids with and whatever, you're no longer in love with this person. You're no longer necessarily want to support him and his ego and everything that he wants is like, it just makes sense to me that it wouldn't be enough. Whatever's in the prenup doesn't feel like it's enough 18 years later. Because apparently, somewhere in the prenup, it was like you can have $1.5 million on the when you leave to like relocate within 30 days. 30 days after filing divorce, you get $1.5 million to go find another house. However, the house she's in with her kids is worth like $150 million.
Right.
What? Girl, I totally get it. I'd be like, listen, technically, I understand that like we wrote a prenup, but also like I've been with you for 18 years. Like I'm going to push closer to 50-50, which means like I'm going to be needing a $60 million house, not $150 million house.
I'll just keep this one. I'll just keep this one. You can go find a new one.
Like you're going to sure, I understand. Like we wrote that prenup on the assumption that like maybe if we don't have kids or the marriage dissolves in 3-4 years, but like we have adult children that are now living in this $150 million house. I am their parent, and now you're going to uproot me and make me move?
That ain't happening.
No! I kind of support her. I'm like, girl, squat. Totally squat. And also, too, and I know there are rules, like if you're the one who leaves the house, you're abandoning the property.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's not going anywhere.
Totally. So I think it's smart. I mean, he can like, he's clearly like going to the media, trying to make it a thing. He's speaking directly to people, you know, talking about how they had a prenup, you know, saying that he's already given $1.2 million in his prenup obligations the last month, which is more than enough to find somewhere else to live. He's willing to contribute his part of the child support obligations, $30,000 a month for a rental house, and is willing to advance another $10 in moving costs. So he's totally trying to like literally go to the media and say, here's all I'm doing, and she's not listening to me. Yeah. But what I think is great is that it's backfiring because everybody is like, girl, squat. Girl, stay there. Don't go anywhere. You get that house. We agree. And by the way, like nobody's on Kevin Costner's side because all we want to do is finish Yellowstone, and he was having so much of a freaking midlife crisis they had to end the season halfway through.
You're ruining it for everyone. Kevin Costner, pay the money, finish the series, and go.
We don't care. We were no longer on your side when you didn't tell us what happened.
I concur. I don't know why Charlie Puth and Meghan Trainor's BS is now stuff that they're trying to have a conversation about. I know he is bitter because he did love her. And she was just not ever going to have it.
Ooh, I didn't know if he loved her. But I was reading that, like, he, like, just got to wherever it was, LA. He was, like, just getting famous. You know, he didn't know what a runner was. So he sat in the studio and was like, oh, I'll get a pizza myself. And they were like, no, we'll get it for you. Like, you're here recording. This is your thing. So he was feeling all, like, I don't know what's going on. And I'm excited. And now I feel like a big star and my ego's boosted. So who knows how much he actually loved her versus, like, this like fantasy thing that was going on in his brain.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's right.
You know, but anyway, they
talk
made
about
out
it now, though.
They made out in a studio after some Grey Goose, which this is giving me so much information in general. Like you're giving, I don't know how old they were at the time, but like you guys are drinking on the clock. You're working and drinking. Like shouldn't you just be singing?
Oh, please. You got to form some sort of chemistry. You got to be able to open up with someone just a little bit when you're writing together and when you're making music together.
Well, that worked apparently because
Yeah,
they were
right.
making out in the booth.
And Megan Trainor's an amazing writer. She was always good at that portion. So, and he's a composer. So, I mean, to get the two of them with a bottle of Grey Goose makes sense.
Yeah. I'm
I
not
don't know why
denying
he's
that
talking
happened.
about it now, though.
Well, I think she mentioned something, and then he came in and was like, I'm not denying that happened. That definitely did happen once in 2015. And I was like, oh, you remember the year? Like, if you asked me what year I made out with a random guy one night, I would have to like think
No.
about it. Him being like, yeah, 2015. I remember it was a core memory of mine. Thank you for asking.
No.
I don't know.
I'm with you on that.
She's hot. I mean, now she's married and she's got her weird shared toilet thing, but like, she's hot. I mean, I don't know. Good for you, Charlie. You know, at the time, like, go for it.
She's about to give birth. I don't like talking about exes, but someone's about to like actually have a baby. She's probably in the delivery room right now.
Yeah, remembering what life was like before she had children.
Why did I do this? I just want Grey Goose and pizza.
Yeah, make it out in the studio with other hot stars. What did I do?
Damn it. All right, what else are we talking about today? Oh, so this apple did not fall far from the tree since we're talking about making babies.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
You've got Charlie Sheen, and you knew that those kids were going to be just. And then you look at the baby mamas who are also kind of like a mess in that realm. Have always needed body positivity, validation.
Yeah.
Been in front of a camera. What do I look like? What does this look like? You've grown with that.
Yeah.
Ingrained in your DNA.
Yeah.
So it's not crazy to me that Denise Richards and Charlie Sheen's child is calling herself a sex worker on TikTok.
Yes. So I think she's famous on TikTok, and
she's got OnlyFans. Like that's where it first came out, where she was saying that she was going to get OnlyFans with her mom. Remember, we talked about this.
Yes.
And so but now, I mean,
right. So I think it's super interesting because she came out and she was doing some TikTok where she was talking about how she has to shave and how inconvenient it is she has to shave her whole body because she's a sex worker and she's really looking forward to laser. And she's 19 and talking about it. Like, well, if you didn't know, like, I'm a sex worker and I shave all my whole body. But then she goes on to clarify, I'm sorry, I'm not a prostitute. I just have an OnlyFans. Like, okay. Couple things here. One, you're only 19. And from a 30-year-old to a 19-year-old, you're going to change your mind about what you want to do for a career.
You just want to take the camera away from her and be like, grow up.
Yeah.
Like, where's your mom?
Don't pigeonhole yourself, and definitely don't pigeonhole yourself in like this category of work because you might change your mind.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would go on a public platform, even if that was my work. I don't know if I would go on a public platform and like label myself as that.
No. But I don't know whether she's working on breaking stigmas or if she's trying to do something, but that ain't it.
Well, I think if she was going to break stigmas, then she wouldn't be like, well, I have to clarify, you guys, I'm not a prostitute. I just work at OnlyFans. Like, well then, or then the video is like, it's still a form of sex work. It's still a way to make money. This is something that I do. I support it. I support the sex worker industry. I support OnlyFans and women with OnlyFans and men with OnlyFans, whatever. Instead of being like, sorry. I know what you usually think that term is, but here's what I actually mean. You know
I just wanted to say it. So now that I have your attention, here's what it really is.
Now that I have your attention, I just want to remind you can't pay me to actually have sex with you, but you can pay me to just see a little.
Right.
Like that,
exactly.
You know what I mean? It just feels a little like, I would like to think that she was trying to do a stigma thing, but just the way she went about it, I think she's just 19, and I hate to say that, but.
Yep, exactly. No, I totally agree. All right, what do we got for content, Rex? You got anything good?
Yeah, I watched XO Kitty this week.
It's so cute, isn't it?
It's so cute. Big plot twist. I was not expecting the last few episodes.
Well, I originally got pulled in because of John Corbett, and then I was like, oh, he's the dad. Like when I feel old when you are the dad in a show and you used to be my heartthrob from Sex and the City.
Yeah, and he like looks like a dad now. And he like his
No.
acting is kind of bad in that.
Well, he kind of always was that. He's exactly himself just
Yeah.
now as the dad.
Yeah.
But she's good. It's just cute. It's
It
cute.
is
It's
cute.
silly.
I like the fact that they continued the story from To All the Boys I Loved Before, because I think that
Yeah.
was such a good little series and really cute and really brought people in. So I love the fact that we like went to a new character and had a whole thing. I loved the fact that it was, a different culture and it brought in so many different cultural elements I thought were so cool.
Yeah.
It was a little
And
bit
other
educational in that way.
languages.
Yeah. Yeah.
Multiple
Really.
languages. So
Yeah.
it was cool to see I mean, I feel like my kids watch everything with the scroll of the words underneath it
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
All day, every day. I don't know why. It drives me crazy. I'm like, who put on closed caption?
It's me.
Why?
I love to. I love to. It allows me to appreciate the dialogue more, because sometimes it'll go
So
in one ear and out the other.
it all of a sudden would come on anyway with whatever language it
Mhm,
was that was being spoken at the time.
mhm.
Or sometimes it didn't. I like the way it was well done.
I thought it was really cute. I thought the script was great. I thought the storyline was even better. You go in thinking it's going to be one thing, and by the end of the season, you think it's actually something totally different.
Yep.
Really cute, like a really cute coming of age story. I thought it had a really nice tie back to the original, To All the Boys I Loved Before. I just thought it was actually really, really well done.
Some also female positivity relationships.
Yeah.
It covered a lot of stuff that I really like. All good things.
Diversity, international relations, like cultural differences. I thought it did a really good job. And then the ending when she sits next to him on the plane,
I know. It was
it was really
it's
cute.
so cheesy. Don't be expecting something that you're like no, it is as cheesy as it seems to be in the promos, but I was here for it. I loved
But
it.
it
It
was
was
so
fluffy, it was light,
cute.
and I
Yes.
liked it.
Yeah. And even as an adult, even though it's like a little teenage love story show,
Yeah.
I was like, but I don't know. It's cute.
I'm right now slugging it out with an entire whole show of Big Bang Theory. They just finally released all of the episodes on Max. The
Oh,
new HBO Max is just Max. And so we are going in from the
wait. So
very
then what's
beginning.
what's HBO Go?
That's something different. That's their mobile app stuff. So they've got
How
different
many?
shows on their mobile platform. And now
Okay, so is
HBO
HBO?
Max is now just Max.
Why would you drop HBO from HBO Max? Nobody
I
cared. First
don't
of all.
know. I
Second
know.
of all, like, why would you take away the company, the network that you are known for, away
I
from
know.
the name? Okay.
More
Anyway.
subscriptions to sell. I have no idea. All I know is it's 13 seasons long and there's like 20 plus episodes in every season. So I'm going to
Oh,
be at this for a while.
is it funny? I've never watched Big Bang Theory.
It is funny. So that's why I wanted to see was it worth all of the rage, the hype? It actually is. It's very well written, and I
All
have
right,
been
I'll have to
laughing
get
about
into it.
it,
I feel the
especially when
same
they were
way.
doing Sheldon did a podcast
Oh,
on the flags of the world, and it was just absolutely hysterical, the reshooting and the continuously shooting, and he's got Mayim Bialik with him, which I think she's very funny in the show, not funny on the new Jeopardy, but very funny in the show. So I'm enjoying it from the very beginning. It's a lot to take in, so that'll be my content rec for like the next 100 years, I feel like.
oh, good. Okay.
Until I get a
Great.
book to read.
Great. I have nothing good for you in that department. I'm just still in my like fantasy smut land that I have like no interest in getting out of. So,
One of my friends is a local author, and he has a pen name that he's using for his adult release. And it's kind of dark. And I'm
ooh,
very excited. Macabre Trophies. So I'm going to be doing his book release party next week. So I will let you know. That is yes, my summer read. I'll get you a copy and we'll see if you'll be into it.
I
Yeah.
like how you knew what that meant.
I
Signed
got it. I
copy,
speak Tori.
please.
Get you a copy. We will read it together, and maybe we can give him some honest opinion. I also like that he's using Seek Pro Press, which is right here on the Cape, and they have a female-centric author group. However, they did love Ted so much that they did an imprint and a spinoff for his book series. And
Cool.
I love that they're local makers. So, yes.
All right.
Secro Press. Check them out and grab some books from them.
Okay, sounds good. I love it. I love the hype.
I know, right?
Okay,
All right. So with that, are we ready? Are we ready to go and start our Friday?
Yeah, why not? Let's go. Let's go.
All right. Yeah, we got to go. I got to go have scones with Cindy Jones. I'll talk about that on Monday.
Love that. All right. I will see you back in the studio on Monday, even though it's a holiday.
Perfect. Get perky with us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at The First Shot Morning Show. Bye, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Happy Father's Day. Happy Juneteenth. Enjoy your long weekend. Bye. Sending lots of
Tell
love.
Brad I said Happy Father's Day.
Oh, I will. He doesn't even know how excited he is for his Father's Day gift. He does not even know.
All right. I'm looking forward to hearing about it on Monday. Bye.
Bye, guys.
The First Shot Morning Show is produced by Lemonadio. When life gives you lemons, make radio. We encourage everyone to listen happier.com.